Okay, and with that being said, let's get started, shall we? Okay, so let's go side to side. Let's go this way. And remember, if it's too much to do the arms and the legs, just kind of shift your weight from side to side. See if you can come forward for a step or two and go back for a step or two. Come forward for a step or two and go back for a step or two. And come forward and go back. Good, and come forward and go back. Yeah, let's do it one more time. And go back. Good, now let's pull the arms this way and heel lift behind. Good, make sure you're breathing. Abs are in tight. Good. 4, 3, 2, just march. Right, march your feet out wide and try to get your feet to pick up off the floor. Good, and then march back in. Good, and then march out wide. And march back in. Good, and march out wide. And march back in. One more time, let's march out wide. And march back in. Okay, knee lift and biceps curls. Up, down. So slowing things down a little bit. Remember, if you need to, put a hand on the chair or on the wall. Right, abs are in tight. Go at your own pace, but not too fast on this one. Remember too, at any point, if you need to rest, you rest. If you need a drink, grab a drink. Let's do each leg one more time. So right here, knee up, good. And back to that march. Good, and let's tap the toes forward. And switch to a heel tap, heels. And then toes. And heels. Good, one more time, toes. Try to keep your arms moving. 4, 3, 2, then heels. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now plant your feet. Use the chair or the wall if you need to. See if you can raise your heels and lower them. Raise them and lower them. You might have to play a little bit with how wide your feet are apart. Try to make sure that you're not letting yourself come forward, because that's when we tend to lose our balance. But by all means, if you need a little bit of support, use it. Feel those calves working. Woo! Let's do 2 more. Good. Now step forward and punch left leg first. So, and then right. Right. Try to really get that arm going. Try to push it and bring it back. Push it, bring it back. Push it, bring it back. Good. One more on each arm, and then we're going to come up from underneath. Up, up. And then see if you can just change your leg movement a little bit. Up, down, up, down. Remember, we want to try to pull that elbow back down Sometimes it's hard to remember every single part of every single movement. Good. 4, 3, 2, and just march. Good. Grab your chair and knee up, leg back, knee up. So abs are in tight. And remember, if that leg doesn't want to come very far behind you, don't go very low with your chest. Try to keep everything in a pretty straight line, right? From shoulder to heel. So if your leg only comes up this high, then we only go this far forward. Let's do one more. Good job. Set it down, and we're going to switch legs. Knee up, leg back. Knee up, leg back. Knee up. Abs in tight. Try to keep your upper body nice and tall. If this bothers your back, then do it smaller, right? And make sure those abs are in really tight. How about one more time? Knee up, leg back. Good job. Set it down. Breathe. Grab a quick drink. Little bit of balance work, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so either feet together touching, one foot halfway in front of the other, or heel toe, you choose, right? Put a hand on the chair if you need it, up tall, abs are in tight, chest up, shoulders back, use that focal point. Good. If your feet are in the second or the third position, make sure you're pushing your hips forward a little bit. So you're pushing a little bit of weight into the front leg and not keeping all of it in the back leg. And then slowly turn your head, look over your left shoulder. Make sure you keep your movements really slow so they don't throw off your balance. Good. And then head back center, nice and slow. Check your position. Turn your head, look over your right shoulder. Make sure it's nice and slow. Again, so you're not throwing off your balance. Try to keep your eyes still once your head has stopped moving. And back to the center. Good work. Step your feet apart. Good. Shake them out a little bit. Okay. And just remember, if you're holding the same position that you've had for a while, try to change it up a little bit. If your feet are together, bring one foot halfway forward. See what that feels like. Okay. Switch legs. Up tall, shoulders back and down, abs in tight. Use that focal point for now because we are going to be turning our heads shortly. Remember, rest a hand on the chair or the wall if you need it. And slowly turn your head, look over your right shoulder. And abs are in tight. And we're breathing. Good. Slowly bring your head back center. And slowly turn and look over your left shoulder. And slowly bring your head back center. Good. Step your feet apart. Shake them out a little bit. Shake out your legs. Okay. We're going to do it again. Make sure that you have your chair nearby, even if you didn't need it before, because we're going to try to close our eyes. Closing the eyes while we're balancing is much, much trickier, right? So come into your position, right? Try to put your fingertips on the chair. Try not to grip it unless you absolutely need to. Stay up really tall. If your feet are in position 2 or 3, shift some of that weight forward. Push your hips forward a little, abs in tight. And we're going to close the eyes in 3, 2, 1. See if you can keep them closed. Right? Only as much grip on the chair as you absolutely need. Just a few more seconds. See if you can hold it. It's hard. Good job. Open your eyes. Step your feet apart. Shake out your legs. It's much, much harder. So there's something like 10,000 sensory perceptors in the eyes. So when we don't have those, we go a little haywire. We're not sure what to do. Okay, so let's switch. Wait a minute. Make sure you're actually switching, right? Up tall, abs in tight. Breathe. Rest your hands on the chair back. And 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Try to really focus on maintaining your position. Not using the chair unless you absolutely need to. So keeping as light a grip on the chair as you can. Good job. Open your eyes, step your feet apart. Good. Okay, so let's just do a few leg swings forward and back. It's so much harder doing that with your eyes closed. So don't think it's just you. It's really much harder for everyone. Okay, so let's grab that stretchy tube or band if you have one, and if you don't have one, just use your body weight or very, very light weights. Okay, so let's bring the arms out in front. Remember, not too high, so down about chest level, right? And let's pull them out and back in and out, and try to keep your elbows pretty straight, right? And we're pulling out and pinching the shoulder blades, and out and in, and out and in, and out and in. Good. Abs are in tight, feet are nice and wide apart. Good. Let's do 2 more. This is 1. And last one. Good job. Lower the arms down, roll your shoulders back. Very good. All right, bring it around behind you. Shorten it up a little bit. Good. And we're going to push forward, pull back, push forward, pull back. Again, same thing. We want to try to keep those arms down around chest level, not too high. Abs are in tight. We have 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good job. Lower your arms down. Set this aside just for a moment. Grab your rod or your stick or your cane or your bar or whatever you have. Right hands out nice and wide. Remember, we want to try to keep the elbows straight, and we're going to go up and down and up. So we're pulling back if we can, and back down and up. So we want this to be kind of quick because we're just using it to loosen up the chest muscles that we've just been working. Good. And remember, nice light grip. Good. A lot of times if there's tightness in the shoulders and it's hard to get your arms up, it's not really the shoulders, it's the chest muscles. Let's just do one more time. Good. Now we're going to change it, and I want you to take palms up. So if you don't have one, if you don't have a bar or a stick or something, just hold your hands like this, right? Just use the invisible one. And we're going to push up, pull back, push up, pull back. So try really hard not to straighten your elbows at the top or the bottom. At the bottom, we want to pinch the elbows back. And again, try not to lean back either. Push back. So the way that we don't lean back is by using the abs. And the elbows are staying straight in line with the wrists and the shoulders so they're not dropping out. Let's do 2 more. Up and down and up and down. Good job. Go ahead and set that down. Roll your shoulders forward a few times. Roll them back. So you may notice a little bit of soreness in here over the next couple of days. If you do, that's a good thing, I think, personally. I like when I feel a little bit of soreness because it means I've been doing something. All right, let's grab that stretchy tube or band again. Okay, and you're gonna leave one end of it on the floor and step on it with your left foot near the end. Hold the handle in your right hand, and we're gonna go out to the side and back down. So if you don't have a stretchy tube or band, just use a light weight. Remember, we're not leaning to the opposite side. That's cheating. Not that we do it on purpose. So abs and tight. Remember too, try to keep that arm in line with your body. Don't let it come forward. And don't forget to breathe. These are kind of hard. I really think about if somebody's looking at you from the left, they can't really see your right arm moving. One more time. Good job. All right, roll that shoulder forward, the right shoulder, roll it back. Let's switch sides. One side is always harder than the other. So if that happens for you, don't worry about it. Chest up, shoulders back and down, abs and tight. Left arm goes up and down. Up and down. Remember, try not to grip too tightly because we want to feel it more up here than we do down below the elbow. And again, try to keep that arm back so it stays in line with the body. Good. Abs are in tight. 2 more. One more time. Good work. Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. All right. Hold both of the handles. Oh, bring it back behind you. Almost forgot. All right, so we're going to shorten it up a little bit and we're going to come here and we're going to stay with the left side. So we're going to do 8 on the left, then we'll do 8 on the right and then go back to the left. Okay, so step forward if you can, but if not, then just lift that heel. Okay, so here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to really extend and bend that arm. 6, 7, last one, and switch right, up, up. And you want to feel like that arm's doing something. If it's not, shorten up your tube or get a little heavier weight. Last one, go left, up, up. up, 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 and go right, up, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to go across in front, cross in front, cross in front, cross in front. If you want to pick your foot up, that's fine. 2 more. And switch, go right. Keep those abs in tight. And switch and go left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go right last time. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Stand up, lower your arms down, roll your shoulders forward. Woohoo, those were fun. Roll them back. Very good. All right, now we'll go ahead and step on it. Right, step on it with both feet. Try to get them in the middle so it feels pretty even on both sides. Make that X if you can. Pull your hands up, put them on the front of your hips or your legs, and pinch the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, pinch back, pinch back. And of course, abs are in tight. Why wouldn't they be, right? Make sure you're not locking your knees. This is going to be a little bit of a longer set. So 5, 4, really squeeze those shoulder blades. 2, and 1. Good job. Lower your arms down. If you can keep the X for side steps, do. And we're going to bring the feet together, and we're going to pull the hands up to the outsides of the legs, whether you have weights or a band or a tube. And we're going to step 2 steps out and in with the right, then 2 steps out and in with the left. Knees can have a little bend to them. Here we go. Out, in, out, go left. Remember, shoulders stay over the hips. Try not to lean. Right, toes point forward. Left, left, and right. It doesn't have to be very big. Left. Don't let your toes turn out if you can help it. Right, and left. Shoulders stay over the hips. Abs are in tight. Right. Woohoo! Left. These are really important. That's why we do them every time. Right. And left. Now we're going to alternate out and in right, out and in left. Right. Go at your own pace. So if you need to slow it down a little bit, that's fine. Rather slow than too fast. Out, in. Try to be really deliberate. Make sure too that that foot is picking up off the floor. It's not dragging across the floor. It's picking up and stepping down. Woo, let's do each one more time. Good work. Woo. Undo that X if you have it. Shake out your legs a little bit. All right, let's shorten that up a little bit, and we're going to work the sides of the waist. Right, so feet just an inch or 2 apart. Abs are in really tight. Maybe tuck your tush under a teeny bit. Right, and let's go to the left. So down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep those shoulders down. Good. And breathe, and abs are in tight. Good. Three, two, one. Hold center. Check your position. Let's go right. Down, up, down, up. Pull those abs in tight. Good job. Good. We're getting there. 4 more. 4. Keep those abs in tight. 3, 2. Last one. Good work, everyone. Breathe. See if you can keep the same length if you have a tuber band, but take your feet wider apart. If you want to come in front of your chair, do. Anchor your hands to the sides of your legs. Remember, for these, it's not a coming forward with the chest. It's pushing back with the hips. And we hold the abs in tight to support the low back. On the way back up, we inhale and we try to keep the chin down so we're looking downward toward the floor and not out in front of us. Okay, that's all. So abs in tight, glue your hands to one spot on your legs. And here we go. Push back, stand up. Push back, stand up. Push back, stand up. Push back, abs are in really tight. Don't forget, breathe. Inhale up so you don't get lightheaded. Push out with those legs. Push out. Against the tube, or the band. Good. Push back with your hips. Good. 3, 2, last one. Good job. All right. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. Hold on to the end of your tuber band. If you have a handle, try to roll it down to the palms of your hands so you can let your fingers relax. Right? Feet at least hip distance apart. Bring your hands behind you. Even if you have weights, try to really relax your grip. Press back. Press back. Press back. Press back. Try not to let your hands come all the way back down. And try to keep your wrists extended. Three, 2, 1. Good work. Come on off the tuber band or put your weights down. And let's take some big shoulder rolls forward. And we never end with a shoulder roll forward, so take a few to the back. And then let's stretch out the triceps, right? So bring one arm up and over, and then either push back on that arm or hold your elbow and pull it down like you're going to pull it behind your head, right? And hold it there. Good, and breathe. Remember, 30 seconds can seem like a really long time sometimes. Good, let's release. Roll the shoulders forward a time or two and then roll them back, and then the other side. So either put your fingers on your arm and push back, or grab your elbow and gently pull down. And breathe. Try to stay upright. Try not to let your head drop down or your arm push your head forward. Just a few more seconds. Good. Lower the arms down. Again, a shoulder roll or two forward and a couple to the back. I'm going to grab a quick drink and then I'm going to get my weights. We are going to sit and stand. So we're going to get that done early. All right. So if you'd like to get weights, get weights. You all know the drill. So if you're standing and sitting, the weights can be at your side or up on your shoulders. Up on your shoulders tends to be more of a challenge for the core. So just keep that in mind. And if you're sitting, the weights go on your legs close to your knees. You're going to alternate picking your foot up and putting it down as high as you can without leaning back. Okay, here we go. Down. And when we sit, we want to try not to let ourselves lean back. Right? And that's a big function of the abdominal muscles and the low back. Good. Right, abs are in tight, feet don't leave the floor if we're sitting and standing. Of course, if you're just sitting, they have to leave the floor. Remember, go at your own pace. Just try not to stay either up or down for too long. I'm going to try to develop a rhythm. You'll be happy to know we're well over the halfway point. Keep breathing. If you get tired, try to keep going, but just maybe lighten your load a little bit. Let's see if we can do 4 more. Good. So 1, 2, 3, and last time. Good work. All right, if you have weights, set them down, and then you can either stand and bring a knee up to your chest or do it seated. It's entirely up to you. So just pick a leg, bring it up. Breathe. Good, and then release, and let's switch legs. Try to hold it without falling over, especially if you're standing. Good work. All right, let's pick up one heavy weight, right? We're going to do some rows. So we're going to go this way. Okay, so abs are in tight. And remember, if you're sitting, you can do it sitting. Absolutely. Just come here, right? And do it like this. Okay, so seated or standing. Right, whichever hand you're holding it in, the opposite leg is forward. Bring your chest forward. We want that chest to be down toward the floor, hand on the back of the chair, right? And then row up. Abs are in really tight. The grip on the weight is pretty light. So relax your grip as much as you can. Up, Don't let your elbow extend down all the way, right? Because we don't want it pulling us downward. We want to hold right here. Ooh, and these should be kind of challenging. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Either switch hands or set the weight down. Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. So this way we're really challenging the back. And this is important. If that really, really bothered your low back, then just stand up, right? And even with one hand, you can still do the pinches back or with one arm. We're going to switch sides. Okay, so opposite foot forward, abs in tight, bring your chest forward. That arm is straight down under your shoulder, not pulled back here, right? And we're going to squeeze it up. And it's not going all the way back down again. Squeeze it up. Abs in tight, squeeze it up. Relax your grip on that weight a little bit, not so much that you drop it. Squeeze. Just one more. Good work. Go ahead and set that weight down. Roll that shoulder forward. Roll it back. Ooh, shake them out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to come behind the chair. Stand up nice and tall, right? Hold on to the chair. Take one foot back. So I'm taking my right foot back here, right? I'm going to bend my knee and pick my foot up. And I'm going to push it back, push it back, push it back. So abs in tight. I'm trying not to go like this forward with my chest. Try and just keep my chest upright. Now I am wearing ankle weights, so that makes this a little harder. Don't let that knee come in front of the other knee. Ooh, abs are tight. I'm feeling it back here. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Step it down. Ooh, shake them out. Good. And then we're going to switch sides, right? Stand up tall. Try not to let yourself get like this, right? Legs under you. Take that other foot back, bend the knee, pick it up, even if you're sitting. If you're sitting, you have to lean a little bit, right? And then push back, pull it forward. Push back, pull it forward. So when you go back, of course, it's going to straighten a little bit. That's fine. But don't let it come forward in front of the other leg. Try to stay up as tall as you can, abs in super tight. Second side is always harder. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Ooh, put that foot down, shake them out. Right? Step back a little bit away from your chair and swing your legs side to side. And then switch. Good. And then turn, and we're going to pick one leg and swing it forward and back. So if you ever have pain in your low back, most of the time when we have low back pain, it's due to muscle tightness. So doing these leg swings forward and back is a really good way to loosen up those muscles. And let's switch legs, because you cannot stretch if the muscles are too tight. So we have to get those muscles to loosen up, right? And this is one way that we do it. Good job. All right, now let's pick up one heavy weight. We're going to hold it in the right hand and we're going to work the left side of the waist. Okay, so feet not too wide apart, right? Up tall, pull those abs in really tight. And here we go. Left elbow down, up. Remember, The knees are staying straight but not locked. Both feet are flat on the floor. When we come back just to the center. We're not leaning to the right. Pull down. If you have any kind of spinal issues, don't go too deep in this one. Just try to feel the muscles on the left side of the waist working, because this is important. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3. Now we'll stretch after this. If you want to do it without the weight, that's fine. Right here, if you want to put the weight down, do. Otherwise, reach the arm up, push your hips over to the left a little bit, and flex over to the right. Try to keep that left shoulder back just so it doesn't drop in front of you. And breathe. Very good. And release. Okay, and let's switch. Ooh, fingertips of the right hand are behind the right ear, feet not very wide apart, abs in tight. Here we go. Side, center, side, center, side. Good job. Keep going. Do it without the weight if you need to. 2 more times. Good. Put the weight down if you'd like to. Otherwise, reach that right arm up. Push your hips to the right and flex over to the left. If you're holding the weight is helping you a little deeper into the stretch. Think happy thoughts. Just a few more seconds. Good. Inhale up. Lower that arm down. Let's release this weight. And we're going to pick up weights for biceps curls. Okay. So whatever weight you need. Abs are in tight. Right? Elbows planted firmly at the side of your waist. And we're going to curl up and down. Shoulders are back. Chest is open. Try to relax your grip at least a little bit. Good. Keep going. Try not to lean back. If you start to get tired, alternate. 2 more times. So up and down, and abs in really tight. Up and down. Good job. All right. Bring your hands behind you. We're going to work those triceps 1 more time. Up, down, up, down. Try not to let them come all the way down. Right. Whew. I don't know about you, but this is a little heavier weight than I usually use for my triceps, but that's okay. I don't mind. They just are getting a little tired. That's a good thing. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Set these weights down. Woo. I'm going to grab a quick drink. If you don't need a drink, that's fine. Roll your shoulders forward and roll them back. Shake out your arms. Okay. We're going to come behind the chair. All right. This is a stretch. So Cross one leg in front of the other, doesn't matter which. Push your hips back. Bring your chest down, elbows are bent, right? Abs are in tight. We're pushing the hips away behind us. So we should feel this more in whichever leg is behind. But if we're super tight on both sides, we're going to feel it in both sides. So this is an IT band stretch for the most part. The IT band is a band of fascia that runs from the hip down the outside of the leg. And if it gets tight, it can cause pain, up in the hip or down in the knee or even along the outside of your leg. And we don't really care for that. Good. All right, so abs in tight. Inhale, stand up. We're going to switch legs. And push back again. Make sure that your feet are more side by side and not heel toe. Shoulders back away from the ears. Abs in tight. Push back. Smile. Think happy thoughts. Good. Good. And inhale and slowly stand up. Okay. Now we're going to sit down in the chair and come out toward the front edge. We're going to do that leg exercise that we did the other day. So I don't know if any of you were a little bit sore after that or not, but we're going to gradually increase the number that we do. So hold on to the side of the chair. Lean your shoulders back lightly on the chair back. Pick up your legs, right? They don't have to be super high. Take your toes apart, heels together, sort of like Mary Poppins, right? And then out, in, out, abs in really tight. Try to keep your spine nice and long. And if your toes or if your heels have to come down, that's fine. Do what you can. Try to get them to touch in the middle. Abs in super tight. Shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Put your feet down, sit up. Woo. Lean forward. See if you can just come forward because the low back tends to tighten up when we do that, right? And then just kind of see if you can relax, let your head drop, let your arms drop. If this is really hard for you, then you can sit back and bring a knee into your chest. But this is a really good way to just kind of relax the low back. If we're standing, we'd be like this. In yoga, we call that ragdoll, or just kind of flopped over. Good. All right, and slowly sit up and come back out toward the front of your chair. Reach back behind you. Hold on to the sides of the chair as high as you can. If your hands go up to the top of the chair, that's fine too, right? Shoulders are pulling back and lean forward a little bit. Abs in tight, and you should feel that kind of in here. You might feel it in your biceps a little bit too, and even through the length of your arms, because this is kind of stretching out all those muscles in the arms too. That's not a bad thing. Try to just tuck your chin down a little so you're not straining your neck and looking out in front. Good. And slowly release your hands and sit up. All right. Pick a leg. I'm going to do the left leg first. So I'm going to put my ankle over my right knee. If you need to, extend the right leg. If you need to, put your ankle below that right knee and then try to gently push that left leg out or down, depending on where you're positioned. And then you want to feel this right around the hip, the top of the leg. Right, try not to lean back, try to sit up tall. think happy thoughts, etc., etc. Very good. And let's switch sides. All right, so the second half of the stretch that we normally do like this, we already did standing. So we're going to switch sides. And again, if you need to extend the leg, if you need to take the ankle below the knee, try to sit up as tall as you can and gently press down. Breathe. Good. And release. And we're going to stand up. And I want to do one more stretch behind the chair. Okay. So if you can't do it standing, just sit down at the front edge of your chair and I'll show you what to do in a second. So you're going to take your feet as wide apart as you can, right? Bring your chest forward and again, push back into your heels and you're going to feel a stretch in the groin and the inner thigh. And if you're sitting, you're going to sit out toward the front of the chair. You're going to take your feet wide apart, put your hands in the insides of your knees or your thighs and gently press out, which I know is not a very graceful feminine position, but it does stretch those muscles out. So just pick your position. Right, and if you're not feeling it, you probably need your feet to go a little wider apart. Just letting you know. If you're really bendy, you can put your hands on the floor, but just be careful with that. All right, abs in tight, inhale, lift your chest, walk your feet back in, and let's reach up tall. Good. Lower your arms back down. Take one or two big shoulder rolls to the back. Woo. And we are all done. Great job, everyone. As always, thanks for joining me today. And hopefully everyone is staying well and staying healthy and being safe. So have a great weekend. And hopefully I will see everyone on Monday. Take care, everyone. Oh no.